All right, let me record. I know Megan said she'll be right back. Okay. Hello, Leslie. How are you? Are you cooking dinner?
I'm actually making my dinner. I had cooked dinner and then I had a call with somebody about signing up, and they're actually signing up as a coach. So
Yay, congrats.
I'm super excited. She's got some big weight loss goals and just lots going on. She's going to focus on her own journey first, but she was like, I'm going to probably be your biggest success story, and then I'll be a great coach. And I was like, that's awesome. Let's sign you up.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
So that's why I was late. Sorry. And now I'm making my dinner that was really already made, but I just.
No problem at all. I was just talking about my hip, nothing exciting. So, okay. So I did just get back from California a week ago, and I went to Marketing Impact Academy Live with Shailene Johnson, and she offers a Marketing Impact Academy along with lots of other courses that she sells. And I guess I really didn't know what to expect. I just am definitely a lifer of Shailene, so I enjoy what she teaches. I listen to her podcasts. She took a break from her podcast and now she's back. So she has two. She has Build Your Tribe and she has the Shailene Show. Build Your Tribe is more about business related things, and the Shailene Show includes more like health and fitness and mindset. So they're good to listen to both. So I'll go back and forth, but just such great material. But going in, I really didn't know what to expect. And it was yet more than I expected. It was not targeted or geared towards network marketing. The whole conference was to encourage people to have passive income, though, whether they're happy with their jobs or not, that they should have some kind of side hustle. They should have, network marketing, affiliate marketing with products, and a lot of things that I'm going to that I want to teach you guys, but I obviously can't do it in 30 minutes. So I wanted to start the call with just one of the things that I learned, and it was more of a personal development thing that she taught herself. She had multiple speakers, so we learned from like kind of the experts, and someone who does podcasts, someone who does YouTube, someone who does and sells things e-commerce. Like they got up there and talked on those things. Her son, Brock, is only 20 or 21 and he's in college, and got up and talked about storytelling and Instagram. And he was I found his podcast. It's I think it's Social Media Money Makers is his podcast, and they're really short and to the point and really great tips as far as Instagram, Snapchat, making money on social media, storytelling. And then he interviews some good people too. So that's a really good one to look for too. And I'm going to talk more about him in the second part of the call. But so first off, she said successful people have one thing in common, and that's that they know how to manage their energy. So this was a big topic, and I loved that quote. So when we think of energy, immediately we think of physical energy and like, can we get up and go? Do we need caffeine? Are we tired throughout the day? Things like that. But that's only one of the ones that she talked about, and it was very brief because she was like, that if we can get the other ones in line, the physical energy will come. So of all these people she interviewed, successful people, she said 76. Oh, I'll say it again, Leslie. Successful people have one thing in common. They all know how to manage their energy. So 76% of the people she interviewed in this process exercise daily to manage their physical energy. And we do that. So I was like, done. Next, or on our good days, right? But we're mentally drained from all the decisions that we have to make every day, and that's what's weighing on our mental energy. And she talked about being more dogmatic and how we manage our mental energy, and I'll go into that. But I thought this concept was really interesting. She's like, if we had to make less decisions throughout the day, your mental energy will go up so much. And I was like, okay, well, what kind of decisions? And I'd never even thought about that. Like when you have to decide every day when you're going to work out, what you're going to eat, what you're going to prepare for dinner, when you're going to do your laundry, when you're going to like what your lunch break's going to look like, when you're going to do your power hour. When you don't have those already written down and the decision has been made, it is draining your mental energy and our challengers without even knowing it. And that's why they get so freaking exhausted in these groups, because they have so many decisions to make, as opposed to helping them make the decisions from the start and really emphasizing why they need a meal plan, to meal prep on Sundays, to have a plan of when they're going to work out. Because all of these little decisions that we have to make, like when you sit down at your desk and you're like, who am I going to invite? Like every one of those decisions, we don't even realize it, is draining our mental energy. And this was a big wake up call for me. And I was like, I think this is why I'm so freaking exhausted most of the time, because I've stopped, like when I get out of the habit of working from a list, or I don't know exactly what time my workout's going to be, or I haven't meal prepped for the week. These are decisions that add up on us and build up on us. And our challengers don't realize this. They don't know this. So this was great stuff for me. So most people allow others to rob their mental energy. So they have distractions depleting your mental energy. If you want fewer distractions, you need better habits. You need to have these lists in place of things we're doing. And you have to take control of the things that demand your attention. So this, and I organize my office. Like if that demands my attention, to stop having to make decisions of where things are or looking for things or whatever, I'll just be in such a better place. And it's funny because this just happened to me today. So a girl messaged me and asked me, she gave me a list of 10 people to remove from the coach sneak peek. This is something I normally would do, guys. And I did not do it to be mean, but this is a perfect example of something that does not demand my attention. She is not on my team. She, she's just someone in the sneak peek and knows that I'm an admin and knows I'm a nice person, would probably say yes. And I was like, I can't do it, because it takes away from my power hour. It gets me distracted and it does not demand my attention. It's not something I need to be doing. So, but this is what people do. They control your mental energy by trying to put things on you. So deciding when to say yes and when to say no is a big part of that. So, and deciding where are your distractions. What is zapping your personal mental energy? Is it your office space? Is it lack of meal prep? Is it not having a set time for your workout? Is it not having a set time for your power hour? Is it easily getting distracted during your power hour? These are things I don't think you realize that they're draining you so much, but they are. So maybe things to start making a list of and being aware of. So the second type of energy was this, well, the first was the physical. So the next mental, and the next is spiritual energy. So people who feel connected have more energy. What do you need to do to protect that? And I think this is a perfect example. People that get on the team call feel more connected to the team. Perfect example of everyone that I'm looking at, I feel pretty connected with on the team. I'm not sure who Big Mama is, but I like the name. Michelle? Okay. All right, Big Mama. But spiritual energy, and this is a perfect example of why I think it's important to get to events. And you guys know that I talk about events a lot. Whether it's a Super Saturday, a retreat, something like this that was not Beachbody related at all, but it still got me around my tribe. And even if I wasn't in the house with all those Beachbody coaches, Blaine can attest to this, like that room of women was amazing. Like their energy was amazing. Like they had goals and dreams and were ready to rip through excuses, and it was probably the best looking crowd of people I've ever seen in my life too. I was like, I need to step up my game, because you go to Summit and you see, amazing Beachbody coaches or this or that. But this was like the cream of the crop, the people that follow Shailene. I was like, these girls look amazing every day. But their energy was so contagious, and to have a group of friends like that, or to have a group of women like that you connect with on a team call or in a mastermind or at events, is so important to recharge you. So if you feel like you're missing that, it's time to step into that and get around some people that are going to help you with your spiritual energy. And then the last was emotional energy. And your why is your emotional energy. And why has always been a struggle for me that I talk about. And I'm like, I don't know why that I need to do this or want to do this. But she said, your why is really your emotional energy. Fear is negative emotional energy. We want the mind that people, I don't know what I wrote there. You get energy by using energy. Your brain will follow your body. We draw to us what we put out. So lean in, be eager to meet other people, to get surrounded. Amazing things will happen if you expect them to happen. Little things make the big difference. Energy attracts energy. She just went on and on. I'm like writing as fast as possible because her energy was so contagious. And it was kind of like the energy bus. If you've ever rid if you've ever rid on the energy bus, if you've ever read the energy bus, you know, like when people, you know, when you're like, could you get off my bus, please? Because you are draining me. Like, you're draining me mentally. You're draining me spiritually. You're draining me emotionally. Like, I can't handle it. So I think that was the big lesson from all of those things, and things to look at, things that we can take back to our challengers. And I just wanted to start with that for 15 minutes. And then the next 15 minutes, I wanted to talk about like some action steps that she really honed in on. So my biggest takeaway from the whole weekend, and the theme that has been running through my head, and I've been writing it down, and I say it over and over to myself every day for the last week. And I hope you guys write this down and just look at it. Look at it in your office. Look at it before you do your workouts. Look at it before you post on Facebook. And that is, make it messy. And I was like, hallelujah. And what that means is it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, don't hold yourself back from sending an invite because it's not worded perfectly. And don't not do the workout because you can't do all the moves. And don't not go live because you're going to F it up, because you are going to F it up. Like she told us we were going to, and it's okay. Like, make it messy. And I just love it because one of the biggest things that she wanted us to do, we were given a list of, and I'll talk about this live in the group or on another call because I'll run out of time, but kind of like at the end of this, you know, packed full weekend, and when people's mind are going to explode, and she's like, you're probably going to cry at some point during the weekend because you just don't know what to do first. And there was definitely tears in our house because I don't know what to do. There's so much to do. And she gave us 5 action steps. And one of them was that we need to be on a platform with stories. So you need to be doing an Instagram story or a Facebook story or on Snapchat. So you can pick one of those. You do not have to do all of them. I discovered on Instagram stories, I can just share it to my Facebook story so it's connected. And mine's personally connected to my business page so you can see it on there. And not really anyone's. It's funny, like I've just been doing this a week. So, you know, 200 people might see one of the things of my Instagram story, and like 2 people are seeing it on Facebook. Well, it's probably because it's connected to my business page, but it's interesting to watch all that. Her favorites are definitely Snapchat and Instagram. But just pick one. Just pick one and start to share more about you. So I'm going to talk more about that. And you can make it messy. And mine has been plenty messy. I promise you that. And the good thing is when you start, like, first of all, it's only up 24 hours. So after 24 hours, I'm like, oh, that's good. It's gone. Or if it's really that bad, you can delete it. Like, it's okay. You can delete it. She also definitely wants you going live on Facebook. Facebook Live seemed to be the most popular, right, Blaine? As opposed to Instagram Live. But yeah, Facebook Live. So still working on that, but I'm going to make it messy. I'm getting ready to make it messy here this week. It's happening. Go ahead.
While you're making it messy, I think a big thing, well, I'll say this for myself. This is just for me. I've been playing with Instagram. Oh, I've been getting into the Instagram game for a while now. Mm-hmm. And a big mistake that I made, and Shalene pointed out this weekend, those coaches that are really effing good at Instagram, unfollow them. They're not, that's not helping you. If you follow Jatana Jackson on Instagram, unfollow her because she's really good at it, but she's good at it in her way, in her country music, dancing around, cheerleading way. That's not your way. That's not my way. You have to decide. You can get a couple tips, follow a couple people, see what they're doing, and then unfollow them. If you want, I don't know if you know this or not, but up in your stories, if you push on somebody's head and you hold it down, you can press mute. You don't have to actually unfollow them. You can just mute their story and not actually have to see it, and it doesn't come up in your feed and you don't have to worry about it. But we all know comparison is a thief of joy, but this, especially when you're starting out and you're making it messy, it will make you feel like poo that you're not like doing Hurleys while you're jumping up and down drinking your Energize. Like I never could do a Hurley. I'm never going to do a Hurley, and it wouldn't be cute if I tried to do a Hurley. So
you do not have to watch other people's stories to get yours watched. No, Leslie, you do not. Because I've just been watching a handful. Like I watch Lane, for example, and I get ideas. I'm like, oh, I should try that. I watched literally one of Jatana's, and I was like, no. But exactly what she said, Shailene said, and this goes for anything on social media. She's like, if you ever notice that you have a twinge of jealousy watching someone or looking at someone's page, unfollow them. Like it's doing more damage than good. It's robbing you of your emotional energy, of your mental energy, and it's making you have to make these decisions almost where you're like, do I want to look at this person? Do I not? Like that's one more decision you have to make, as opposed to, that's a great tip. What did you say? Herky. That's a great tip as far as holding down and muting, because I didn't even know that. I just learned though, when you're watching stories and sometimes it's going fast and there's like information you want to read, you can hold down on the screen and it'll pause it. So I can like read all their stuff, because sometimes I'll take like a snapshot of it, but sometimes I just want to read it or pause it or kind of like study it for a second. I'm like, what are they doing here? What's happening here? So I'm still learning lots, like I said, but I'm making it messy. I'm going after it. And then after that, like, it's just consistency, guys. Like I know it's something new, and I was overwhelmed and had never done it before, because I had seen people like Georgina, and I'm like, am I going to have to be on this Instagram story thing like all effing day? Like, I don't have time for this. But it's not. Like, it's really like just bursts of inspiration where I'll do like a couple here, a couple there, a couple here. Like she's like, if you can get, 8 to 10 out spread out through the day, you're doing great. And it's just quick snapshots. So it's just something to play with. So make it messy. If you'd rather do Snapchat, like you can do that. The thing with Snapchat is you're not discoverable yet, so you'd have to really be sharing on other platforms to get people over there. I'm on Snapchat, but I don't snap. A lot of things that you see Shailene do, she comes from Snapchat and she repurposes them. A lot of the things I see she posts on Instagram stories, like she posted something this week, which was from Marketing Impact Live. I was like, I recognize that jacket. I know where you were. Like, so it was like stuff from a week later. It wasn't necessarily live. But anyway, something to look into and play with. There's lots of podcasts and information on all that kind of stuff from Shailene or Brock, the other one I was mentioning. Brock Johnson is her son's name. So, okay, so I know we have another call in 8 minutes, but I wanted to tell you guys that I posted in the team, and I'm going to have a March 5th group starting for anyone who wants to. It's really going to be focused on demand, teaching on demand, like showing all the different things so people can be doing different things. So I sent out 10 invites today and got some convos started. But of course, I'm in my invite, I'm still like, I can help you with fitness. I can help you in nutrition. I can help you with both, like what would be best. So one girl, we started talking about on demand. She was like, I actually have tried Shakeology. I really like it, but it's so expensive. And I was like, I hear you, girl. Like, if you want to get the challenge pack, though, instead of, the normal $130, it's only $50. If you're already getting on demand, you get Shakeology for $50. She's like, oh, I'd totally buy it for $50. So I think it's easier upsell from 99 to 50, but I'm just introducing it as like, hey, do you want to get on demand for a year and start to like do some of these programs? So that's another thing this week that I'm going to start sharing in my stories as far as what I'm doing. But you guys, that's something you could go live on and show them like how you work out from home and all the options and different things like that. So I also talked with Leslie this week about we were just brainstorming ideas to get, all people, for example, that are on this call participating in the team page more, which I know a lot of us do, but just kind of having a day where, like, Brittany, I know you usually pick a day like Saturday or Sunday, like self-care in the groups, but I was wondering if you could like bring that to Team Ignite too, like something for self, because I mean, that's important just for us, for coaches, as it is for challengers. I see Blaine get in there a lot and have a question, which I love, which helps with engagement. Megan, you're always good about making sure we don't post the same things, but like getting back to maybe always posting the wake up call, like as a reminder, the day of, the day before, or the day after, like whatever it is. Because now I think one of them, I know they did live. Are they doing them all live? Does anyone know? They're all doing them all live on Facebook, and then they have a recording. Okay, I haven't watched any live because I usually catch the recording because I mean, I'll be completely, and this is not for everyone, but I'll be completely honest. I listen to the podcast. I fast forward through all the rank announcements and chit chat, and I listen to the 15 minutes of meat, and I get on with my day. But I've heard other people go, oh, I love to listen to the announcements and hear like how many people are advancing. And that's great. If that pumps you up, go for it. Like, I'm just like, I just want to hear the good stuff. So for me, the meat. So anyways, if there's something like you'd want to take over a day and talk about, or just work on being more in the page, like I thought, I mean, it could be like a Thursday PD. It could be like start to celebrate some income advancements on payday, like things. I don't want to be afraid to talk about anything. We get to make it messy, so it doesn't matter. It works or it doesn't work. It's messy all the time. That's what, I just love that attitude going into everything. But does anyone want to say something? I'll catch up on these chats. They need to be spread out. Okay, yes. Leslie was saying that too. Blaine, are we talking about different things? The girl that said 10-day, that seems like a lot, is what Shailene said too.
When we were saying that, we're just talking about your stories. Yes, 10, Leslie, that's right, but not 10 in a row, because if you see in your own stories, they go chronologically. So if you post 10 at 9 a.m., chances are at 10 p.m. when people are watching theirs, they're not going to get to you. So you want to keep bringing yourself back to the front of theirs. So a couple in the morning, a couple in the afternoon, a couple in the evening, just to keep yourself relevant. And really, because it's keeping your day relevant. You're supposed to be storing your life, and your life didn't happen in the first minute of the day. Like, so yeah, I mean, maybe most of your life did, but yeah, around 10, Shailene would say the same thing, a minimum, and just sprinkle them throughout the day.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying.
Okay, thank you. And then, and you can check like your insights, and I mean, like you can play around with it. And really it's simple. I mean, I think once you have like, there's obviously tricks that I'm going to learn over the next couple weeks, but there's things that I've messaged Blaine. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. Please help me. And there's another thing I don't know how to do. I'm going to probably have to ask her after the call, or ask Charlotte. And sometimes Charlotte's like, I don't know. So we were even saying if we wanted to even have like an Instagram message mastermind to ask some of the similar questions, we can do that. I know we don't need another group, but you guys do know that you can definitely message me, and if you get into it, I'll message you back. And maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you want to start with Facebook stories. Maybe you want to try out Snapchat, whatever it is that you want to do. But I forgot what I was going to say after that. We should go to Business Tip Tuesday and someone share a tip on EG each week. Blaine could do that. Like, yeah, like just, I mean, more engagement, period. Like just to kind of get this, mental, emotional energy back that I know comes in ebbs and flows. And I know I mean, I know I've had team calls where it's me talking to myself or one person, and then I've had team calls where there's 20 people on there. And, you know, right now we've been hanging at this like 6 thing, which I'm super happy to see your faces. Absolutely. But I want to keep it growing and get some momentum back because it's early in the year and there's, you know, there's lots of new stuff coming out. Like there's lots of 80-day results coming out. Like I know the people in our 80-day group are doing phenomenal. I'm super impressed with them. And bars coming out. There'll be lots of announcements at the Success Club trip and at Summit. Like the year just goes by so stinking fast. It's unbelievable. But so anyways, those are my thoughts. You message me if you have any ideas, or we can put them in the team page and we can see if anyone else watches the recording. And then I'm going to jump on the Team Courage call and see what they have to share. I have a feeling, well, I know if Summer's talking in addition, like, I guess, let me say this real quick. She put the Knicks on the next, what's it called? Coach Sneak Peek. Because I was supposed to talk in it and we were supposed to do it in that hour setting. And I guess she was getting feedback from, she says coaches. And I'm like, who are these coaches? But she's getting feedback that they don't like the sneak peek or they don't want to do it. And I'm like, okay, well, we have to do something. I was going to talk about this, but I ran out of time. But I really wanted, and I'll maybe do a live in Team Ignite to make sure that everyone has BB links, the app, and is using it, because I went through there today just to see what kind of third-party videos they have in there, and I guess they've been under a rock because they have everything, like amazing stuff. Because I was like looking at the coach, they have like 4 coach ones, but one of them is 80-90 seconds long about being a coach, and I was like, why do I not send this to everyone I know? Like, this is the cutest video ever. It's great energy. It's people that are like from Jatana Jackson to Coach Toolin body size. Like, you've got everything in the mix. You got every age in the mix. It relates to everyone. And there's like tons of video on coach success stories. So like a guy coach success story, or Mindy Winder, or Coach Toolin, or whoever, like the girl that had cancer when she was coaching and like how coaching helped her through it. And I'm like, there's so much, if we spent the time to learn those and educate them, because they're not that long, you are going to talk to people and be like, oh my God, she's just like XYZ. Let me send her this video. So that's all in BB links. And I just want to start teaching our newer coaches and each other how to use those so that we have that third-party tool to share. So hopefully she brings some of that up, because I mentioned it to her in the chat when they were saying we need some third-party tool. So much good stuff in there. Yes, go look at it, Brittany. So much good stuff in BB links. All right, getting on the other call. Love you. Bye.